Hey crafty friend, it's Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft my world stands still. Today I'm going to come at you with the Pajama Crafter Stamps product video. I'm going to highlight something a little bit different and something that I don't always show on my channel, but Pajama Crafter Stamps has flashcards. And what they are a product where you can do toner foiling with them, Copic coloring, ink blending, watercoloring, colored pencil coloring. You can just use them as they are. There's a lot of things you can do with them. Today, I'm going to show you 2 ways to use them. Actually, kind of 3 ways, but I'm going to start with this gorgeous gold foil from Pink and Main, and I am using my Pink and Main Mini Mink. You'll see I've kind of zhuzhed it up with some fun stickers that I love and wrote Dusty Dusty on it, of course, because Nancy Stamps, who is like the foiling empress, has taught me well that when I foil, I need to use my little dusty brush, which is just a simple makeup brush to get rid of any dust. If you are completely brand new to toner foiling, I would love to direct you to a few of my videos. I will put my toner foiling videos in a playlist and you can check them out. But I'm just going to do the simple process here. So I'm just going to dust my paper. And then I'm going to dust my foil because any dust will impede the foil and the toner from working well. Hello, there's me. Looking very focused. Alrighty, I just put it in this little carrying sheet and I'm waiting for my little mink to heat up. This works so well and I just really enjoy using this. Let's talk about some of my fun stickers. I have, of course, our Lord carrying the cross just because it reminds me to pray when I'm crafting. I have my stretchy pants optional from my good friend Jen Gross. I got it from her at Paper Ganza. And of course the foiling snobs and with Nancy and Tracy. So there's that, my little peek at my stickers. I love putting little stickers on things. I think that's the 90s baby in me. All right, I'm going to let that cool down. You saw it just ran right through. And usually as I wait for it to cool down, I prep my next project, but I'll just show you. Here it is. Peel and reveal. Ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? Very different than hot foiling, but the toner foiling basically is the toner, which is the black ink on my project, in this case, reacting with the foil. That's how that works. And it goes through the machine and ta-da, it's sparkly. Ta-da. Now, what you can do with this is you can reverse foil. So we're going to do that in a little bit. But first, we're going to get my pumpkins all sparkly because I'm going to use my pumpkins 2 ways. I hope you've got a little snack or something because I've got a lot going on in this video. So you're not going to want to miss it. But I want you to relax. So here we are. I've got my little dusty brush. I'm going to dusty my project and then pop it into my carrying folder and run it right through my machine. This video is sped up to 1.25, which means it's going just a teeny tiny bit faster than real life. So it just feeds right into the machine. It is hot. It's rolling. It always reminds me of Rolling on the River. I don't know why, but that song always comes to mind when I'm using this machine. Who knows? Moving right along, as that comes off, you might notice that my little pumpkin on the right has a big hole in the bottom of that paper. That's because it had another sentiment on the bottom, like the pumpkin that I just foiled, but I die cut it out before I'm going to run it through my foiling machine because I wanted one sentiment that had black lettering and my one that I just foiled here will have gold lettering. This is just going to make the pumpkins look so sparkly. Just wait. It's going to be so good. Okay, as that is cooling down, I'm just going to remind you that Pajama Crafter Stamps does sell some of the great things from Pink and Main, like toner sheets and some foils. So definitely check that out. I will have all the goodies linked down below in the description of the video if you care to grab some. If you use my affiliate links, I do thank you right now in advance. and it doesn't cost anything extra for you. It just tells Pajama Crafter Stamps, hey, want to buy this? Justine said, sent me over, basically. That's all it is. Anyway, let's do a peel and reveal on this gorgeous pumpkin. Are you ready? Oop, just kidding. I'm going to make us wait for just a second. Might as well get this one rolling through my Mink as I peel and reveal on this gorgeous gourd. Are you ready? Da-da-da-da. So good. Oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? Oh, okay. Well, the piece of little foil that I just pulled off to the left there, I'm saving because you can reverse foil, which means I'm going to use the sparkly bits on that first piece, and we're going to use it on another project because why waste it, right? I'm not a waster. So I have this new pack. This is from Pink and Main. These are foilables, so they're full sheets of color toner. So anything that is exposed here is going to stick to my foil. So I just have to be a little bit careful when I put this into my carrying sheet. The white paper that I foiled with before for the pumpkins is simply a white paper. It does not have any toner on it. But these full panels do have toner completely on the front. So I'm going to grab this one that is kind of like an orange to grainy bluish navy. And it just reminded me of fall. So I figured let's put the pumpkin on this one and make a cute Thanksgiving card. The sparkly pumpkin that is on the mat there is not going to stay like that. I'm going to really zhuzh everything up with some stamps and dies and patterned paper. So stick around. If toner foiling isn't for you, you can still use these flashcards and just simply use them on projects without the foiling. But I love a sparkle moment, so why not make it shiny, right? Oh, that's so pretty. But like I said, you can Copic color with these. Joy, the owner of Pajama Crafter Stamps, has done a great job at finding a great paper that is Copic friendly. She is an amazing Copic colorist, and she has great paper on these flashcards. So you can certainly alcohol marker color on this paper, and you're going to get a great result. So this is reverse foiling. Like I said, I'm using a toner sheet, which is full toner, and putting my negative piece of my foil right over top of it and running that through my machine just like that. Just feeds right through. Now, as everything is going, I will be fussy cutting out my pumpkins and using just a simple rectangle die from my stash to die cut out that Happy Thanksgiving. For whatever reason, I happen to have a rectangle die in my stash that fit that so perfectly. I don't know. It was meant to be. All right. As that's going, let's just fussy cut a little. I love to use the Fiskars spring-loaded scissors for fussy cutting. I know everyone has their own preference, but I love using these. But I will not bore you with footage of me fussy cutting, so there it is. It's fussy cut, and now my pumpkin has cooled down. Are you ready for this? Get ready for literally a mirror of pumpkin. Look at that. So gorgeous. And look at the zero waste. Look at that. It's all out. Oh my goodness. Isn't that so cool? So shiny. Literally, it's leaving, my fingerprints are leaving a residue on there because it is that shiny. So reflective, so shiny. Just like that on a card base would be amazing. I just love it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out my second pumpkin, and I'll just die cut out here my little sentiment. Like I said, I happen to have a bunch of sentiments die cut out, and I happen to have that little rectangle die ready to go. So this sentiment I'm going to use on my card, and then the black version with just the Happy Thanksgiving I will use on another project for a different day. But this one is going to be for the fancy card. So my question for you is, should I dress it up or leave it as it is for the foil? So I'm going to make 2 cards. I know we're 10 minutes into this video, and I am now just telling you to pick a favorite, but I hope that you hear this part of the video and you pick a favorite. But there's the autumn and Thanksgiving flashcards, and I am going to use some paper from that woodland pack from scrapbook.com. All right, how cute is that little turkey? This is from the new set called Food Coma Ready. Look at the sentiment. Serving up family drama since 1621. Best leg day ever. Gobble, gobble, run and wobble. Food coma ready, etc. So it's just so fun. And the turkeys are just adorable and silly all at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and layer up some gorgeous paper here and make the background for my project. I have gone ahead and colored my turkey off camera. Thanks for seeing that little message in the glue. If you did, hit the like button so I know you did. Anyway, and I've made my little turkey and then fussy cut out my turkey as well as my pumpkins. More and more pumpkins, right? 2 big sparkly ones and 3 little colored ones. I love the way that they just kind of glow. I don't know why I did not really pay attention to what markers I used. I have a lot of Copics, but I do have a lot of other random alcohol marker brands, and I did use a variety. So I'll just leave it at that. For what I used for markers were just some oranges and some yellows. Now, I wanted to make a little bit of a quilted look for the back of this. I think that fall is all about the cozy vibes and such. So I wanted it to be pieced together, so kind of like that quilty look, but a little bit more intentional, because I'm going to have each of these pieces have a little bit of orange going around the edge. I don't know why, but I've been really into pattern paper ever since about July. And I do want to highlight the patterned paper that comes from Pajama Crafter Stamps. I adore it. I think that they do a great job getting great designs to work together, and it's not so random. This paper is from scrapbook.com that I'm using right now, but they do have a really cool one on the Pajama Crafter Stamps website that is perfect for Halloween. So I know that that is also right around the corner, and I'm sure that you could make something really cute with that patterned paper. But my favorite pattern paper from Pajama Crafter Stamps has got to be the bee pack. I think it's called the Bee's Knees. It is just so gorgeous. There's this really beautiful blue and purple periwinkle color with these golden yellows. It's just such a perfect color combination. So check it out if you're interested. I know a lot of people like bees, so I figured I'd mention it. All right, the other dies that I've got on the right, I want to mention as well. So this gorgeous one is called the Peekaboo Circle. It is so gorgeous. I have been pulling for it a lot. It's not new to Pajama Crafter Stamps, but it's one that I just keep using over and over. And I kind of get on like a kick with some of these things. When I start using it on a project, I just kind of use it on my next one and the next one and the next one. And it just looks so different on each project, but it really does look so interesting because it isn't like anything else I have in my stash. So that's why I keep pulling for it. And I love the look of it in these different colors. So I am going to add just a little bit more of a scrap of it in another place on my card. Now I'm going to go ahead and nest my little turkey here on top of 2 circle dies that I have from my stash from Sassy LLC and Trinity. And then I'm also going to take this purple paper that I have used throughout my card and just layer my sentiment right on top, and then use my paper trimmer just to trim out the edge so it has a little bit of that purple tying into the bottom of this, just so it looks kind of cohesive. Right now, looking at my project, my 2 pumpkins kind of blend together. So I am going to do something in between my 2 golden pumpkins so they look a little more distinct from each other. In person, they are so shiny. I wish I could pass this through the YouTube screen to you. YouTube screen, what is that? But I wish I could give this card to you so you could see how sparkly everything is. I just adore shiny and sparkly stuff, and toner foiling is a fun way to do that. All right, there's that purple arch that I have added in between the pumpkins. It just adds a little something. It's not the full arch, but it definitely helps separate both pumpkins, and it gives a little bit more of a break between the two. And then I will nest my little turkey right on top. How cute is that? Now, I did use the smiley happy turkey, the one that's running. And then I think there's one that looks kind of like it's saying, oh no, like that one is really cute too. And I think it would be fun to make little hosting thank you cards or something for someone if they were hosting Thanksgiving. I'm not sure about what we're doing this year for Thanksgiving at the moment. It's usually a pretty big family weekend. If our dining room is finished, Thanksgiving will be at our house. And if it is not, then Christmas will be at our house. Who knows? All right, with my sentiments, I do love a foam popped up sentiment. So I will add a little bit of foam behind my sentiment to just pop it up. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite way to add foam? Do you like the foam strips like I tend to pull for, or are you a foam square person? Or are you the foam sheet person? I just want to know, because I don't think a lot of people like the strips as much as I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little weird, but I just love that you can move them around like this and put them on different shapes, and you don't have to sit there and pick off a whole bunch of little foam squares. I don't know. I just prefer the strips. And of course, I'm going to add foam to the pumpkins because they are going to rest on top of the sentiment. So definitely not really a grounded area. This is more of a collage style card, but the pumpkins will be grounded on top of the white part of the sentiment. So it kind of looks, hopefully, a little bit more blended and put together than it would if it was just randomly floating off into space. Oh, those pumpkins are so darling. I'm sad that I had to fussy cut off the little curly Q that was on the original stamp, but such is life. Perhaps I will add it back in another time. Now, I really wanted to shove another one of these gorgeous die cut pieces into there, but it just wasn't quite right. So I did decide to take that off of the final project. So now is a great chance to let me know, would you rather make the card with the turkey and a little bit more of a collage moment, or would you like to try out the reverse foiling with the blue and orange pumpkin? I would love to know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And like I said before, I will have all of the products that I used here today linked down below. To finish off my turkey project, I am going to add a little bit of some embellishments. These are just some simple sparkle spots. And I do think that this card needed a little something for finishing off the card for an embellishment. I've been reaching a lot for pearls recently, but Pajama Crafters Stamps does have these really great flat back rhinestones. My favorite color that Pajama Crafters Stamps has is called Boyfriend Blue, but they also have one that's called Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, or a Girl's Best Friend, or something like that. But these crystals look so real. It's incredible. I'm not using them today, but I just want to mention those are super cool. So definitely check out the flashcards. If you have any questions, just let me know down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. And I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday if you're watching this the day it comes out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, crafty friend.